Hi, my name is Chris McLean, and I'm your host for this season's Total Deciduous Drama.
Previously on Total Deciduous Drama, contestants competed for a grand prize in crazy biomes such as the coastal biome, the taiga biome, and the grassland biome. Tune in for this week's finale episode.
Welcome back to Total Deciduous Drama. Today, the final three will compete in the season finale for the mystery grand prize. It's been a hard-fought season, and only the strongest have made it so far. Let's take a look at our finalists. We have Courtney Murali, Heather Bajaj, and Duncan Yip. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the final biome is the temperate deciduous forest. Let's take a look at the map.
Temperate deciduous forests are located in mid-latitude regions highlighted by the pink. This includes both the eastern and northwestern sides of North America, Central Europe, Chile, parts of Central and East Asia, and Southern Oceania. Our contestants will be located here in eastern North America with latitudes between 35 to 48 degrees north. Out of the 8 forest communities, they will compete in a mixed oak, hickory, and tulip popular forest.
Welcome, contestants, to your final biome. The rules are simple. Find clues and hidden resources to help you navigate the biome, sabotage and fight your enemies, and most importantly, survive. Let the games begin!
If I'm going to survive in here, I'm going to have to find a good source of water. Look, already found a creek. Running water and streams were used by the indigenous people since it was cleaner. The flow prevented large amounts of bacteria from building up. The water mixing with the air restricted potential outbreaks of harmful anaerobic bacteria that thrive in low oxygen environments. Stream water still wasn't safe to drink though. The water was filtered and poured into layers of sand and gravel to get rid of debris and sediment that was then boiled to kill off all the microbes. If I'm going to boil this water, I'm sure going to need a lot of heat. Fires were also used back then and were essential for the survival of the indigenous. They were made by striking rocks like flint to make sparks to light concentrations of dried leaves and moss. Now all I have to do here is rest, and there's no way that I don't win.
Yikes! Looks like Cason forgot to make a shelter and was left to suffer in the elements. How could Cason avoid that night? Indigenous populations built wigwams from bent wood and poles, which were advantageous forms of shelter due to their protection from the wind, snow, and rain. Although Duncan got off to a bad start, let's see how fan favorite Heather is doing.
I noticed that the leaves are starting to reappear, and the weather's hot but still a little chilly. Average temperatures in a temperate deciduous forest range from negative 30 degrees to 30 degrees Celsius with a yearly average of 10 degrees Celsius. That means that the forest experiences hot air masses and cold air masses throughout the year, meaning hot summers and cold winters. In the springtime, which it seems to be now, average daytime temperatures range from 10 degrees to 18 degrees Celsius and can drop to around 2 degrees Celsius during the night. That means I must build a shelter soon. I don't want to get caught in a cold and chilly night. Not to mention the average rainfall being around 750 to 1,500 millimeters of rain per year. I don't want to get caught in that.
The pile of dead leaves on the ground and the early blooming of trees are key identifiable features that this is a deciduous forest, with 4 distinct seasons. Trees have adaptations tailored to this biome. In autumn, leaves change from green to primarily orange and yellow. In spring and summer, pigment molecules like chlorophyll are used for photosynthesis and reflect green light, masking the presence of carotenoids, which reflect orange and yellow light. The production of chlorophyll stops as the weather drops to conserve energy and prepare for dormancy, since photosynthesis requires abundant sunshine and cold weather slows down metabolic processes. This reveals colors reflected by carotenoids. Additionally, in winter, it becomes difficult to absorb water through roots, so leaves are shed to prevent water loss from moisture conservation.
But first, I'm hungry. I must find something to eat. I can eat something like fruits or find a rabbit to eat. Look at this. I found berries right here. Let me take some back for later.
Uh-oh, Heather. Those aren't the grocery store cherries you thought they were. Those are red baneberries, which are toxic if eaten in large quantities. Let's see what happens to Heather. Will she be eliminated?
Yuck, that's gross. I'm not taking any of those back with me.
Looks like Heather was saved by an inch. Uh-oh. Looks like Courtney found the edge of the forest. There seems to be a factory on the other side of the fence. Oh my god, what is that? It looks like chemicals. That does not look like it belongs in a forest. Oh, there, fences. There must be a factory nearby. That's probably where they came from. Oh my god, what is that? Oh my god, is that a bear cub? And it's dead? I wonder how a bear cub could have died in this environment.
The toxic waste must have leaked into the tree's soil. It was clear that there were acorns on the ground. That must have been an oak tree. The toxic material must have been absorbed by its roots and not broken down. Being in the kingdom Plantae, these trees are producers that support the community through photosynthesis. Bears don't necessarily eat acorns, but squirrels do. These primary consumers will gain energy from eating acorns while also ingesting trace amounts of the toxin which remains in their bodies. Squirrels will likely be eaten by a predator like the timber rattlesnake, which is a secondary consumer in this food chain. They will gain some of the energy that the squirrel obtained as well as the toxin. Black bears are omnivores that occasionally consume smaller reptiles, including timber rattlesnakes, making them tertiary consumers. So that's how the bear cub ingested the toxic material. How come the toxin killed the bear cub and not the oak tree? Because of energy loss through trophic levels. Squirrels consuming acorns will only receive 10% of the available energy from the producer trophic level, so more acorns are needed to support them. But the toxin isn't broken down and accumulates at higher concentrations in squirrels than in the tree. Biomagnification here continues through each trophic level, killing this poor bear cub from concentration buildup.
Whoa, where am I? Where's my water and fire? I'm definitely not next to my stream anymore. Wait, what's this?
Yup, a soil pH tester. Seems like Duncan found one of our mystery objects.
There's still leaves all over the ground. Fungi and bacteria usually decompose those leaves after detrivores like earthworms break them down. That leads to CO2 and organic acids being released into the soil. So the soil should be slightly acidic, between 5.5 and 6.5 pH. Aha, just as I thought, the pH is 6.
What can this strata here tell me? My meters show the usual rich soil of the temperate deciduous forest floor. Above it is the herb layer with edible and medicinal plants that I should use before the canopy fully closes in late spring. I can get more berries and hunt eastern cottontail rabbits hiding in thickets at the shrub layer. I should gather wood from the small trees and saplings at the understory layer to make a shelter that even the big bad Courtney can't blow down. And the canopy layer should act as a dense leafy roof that'll give shade to me.
As nearly half the days passed, we've witnessed multiple of our competitors facing many issues in the deciduous forest. As all the competitors are close in vicinity, can we expect a change for the better?
What's that sound? Is that Duncan?
Hey Heather, have you had any luck in the woods?
Nothing but bitter berries.
Heather? Duncan? How did we all find each other?
Hey, Courtney.
Okay, now that we're all together, we can go make a fire by the stream.
Now that we've built a shelter, let's go find some food.
What? Oh my gosh, I hate the wind so much.
Wind? Wind is an abiotic factor of the deciduous forest, meaning it's not living but still heavily contributes to the sustenance of the ecosystem.
Huh? How?
Well, wind is an agent of evolution. It can spread dandelion pollen and seeds. It increases the genetic diversity of the dandelion population in this forest, improving their evolutionary fitness. So although a nuisance to you, abiotic factors are what support this ecosystem in many ways.
Is it possible that was an abiotic factor?
Uh-oh.
It's a beast! It's a beast!
No, Heather, that's the Ursus americanus, known as the American black bear. These animals are native to temperate deciduous forests and can weigh up to 1,300 pounds. When threatened, they may slap the ground in fits of rage. Should we climb a tree?
No! Black bears have adapted with curved claws to climb trees!
That's it.
That's not gonna work! Black bears have adapted to water environments! They're great swimmers!
That's it. I'll run into the lake. You can't catch me there.
Well, folks, that was a close one for Courtney and Heather. As for Duncan, he's been eliminated due to some unfortunate circumstances. Now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, with the final two contestants, it's time for the audience to vote for the winner. Let's check in with them.
I cannot believe I made it this far. Well, actually, with my extensive knowledge, it's believable that I win. As a result of recent human exploitation, deciduous forests have faced harsh consequences, including climate change and deforestation. So when I win, I will be investing my money into programs like reforestation and carbon farming, so I can help the organisms that we harm every day. Courtney doesn't stand a chance against me. I heard that the mystery prize is a lot of money. I know what I'm gonna get with that. I'm buying myself a private island.
Total Deciduous Drama fans, take a vote. Will Courtney or Heather walk away with the grand prize?